Hey, hello there. This is RGB from RJB TV, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at a best of something series between the player Byul and the player Rabbit. RGB from RGB TV, and let's see how this is going to play out. While this is happening, while I'm casting this, I'm sure that either Tony G or Joe from Joe's Casty Casts is casting the other Byul against Rabbit best of 9 series that is happening for the SCW. For the SCW 1 vs 1 Season 28 Finals. It is a Byul against Rabbit. And I felt, you know what? I kind of want to cast it, but I don't want to cast something that two other casters might already be casting at the exact same time as I would be casting them. So instead I chose to select a best of set that is on the Korean map where both these players are able to play at their very best. Because this is the map that they're used to, this is the map that to them feels like home. So how is this going to play out? Byul against Rabbit. Rabbit here on the name Jun, he's on the Zerg at the moment, and we've got Xodox, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, Xodox QHF, that's Byul. He's going for a Protoss midgate strategy, something very common on the Western map, and apparently also pretty common on the Korean map, as he's going for that strategy, feels pretty confident in his Protoss rushing ability. And honestly, it might work out because Rabbit here is in a corner as Zerg, and he didn't choke up. Feels a little bit risky to me, although his pool is on time. His hatchery also all the way in the back here, pretty far away from the middle. He should be able to get his sunken up and running, but he might not know what Byul is up to, although he scouted Byul's base there with the Overlord, and if there's nothing there in the base, it of course means Byul has to be going for a mid build. So he's got to prepare himself for that mid build by building a creep colony all the way there in the front, not in the back, but in the front. Hatcher number 2, they're also on the way. Hatcher number 3, to be more precise and technical. What is Byul gonna do? He's got a forge on the way there on the side back at home. Zealots are gonna be spawning very soon. 3 of them are on the way. Gonna come all the way from the middle, all the way down to the bottom corner here. A lot of distance to travel, and this one sunken there in the front is gonna finish up well in time. But we've got a pylon there on the way there in the front, next to an Overlord. He is gonna hunt for opportunities after he goes and secures the contain. Because Zerglings coming out there for Rabbit, but Rabbit has no gas, so no Zergling speed on the way. Instead, it's going to be Zerglings hunting for a probe, but the probe there are pretty well protected by that two. He isn't going for the probe, he's just going straight for the base there, where a cannon is on the way. Looks like Byul anticipated that Zerglings were going to come in, although now Rabbit is dancing back and forth. He's not going for the base, instead going for the defense. He's intercepted. I'm not sure what he's doing, but things are happening. The sunken there in the front is too far away to protect the drones in the back, and the sunken in the back is on the way, but not yet finished up. Zerglings are spawning. They're going to try to save the drones. Drones are running to the front there, though. Too far away from the Zealot. Oh, sunken goes down there in the back. On the side, probes are going down. Zealots are losing the fight, but it did take a lot out of Rabbit's pockets. He's pretty broke now. He had to send a lot of his drones to the front of his base to protect them from dying to the Zealots. The Zealots in the end do go down, but the damage has been done. He's on 7 drones. He's making Zerglings, a lot of Zerglings, but the Zerglings won't be able to fight against those Zealots for long, because Zealots are pretty damn strong unless they get caught into small fights like that one. One of those Zealots will be balled up, grouped up, and able to fight. Finds another probe, but the probe runs away just in time, gets a surround on it, the probe goes down, but now there's one more probe there left alive. The Sunken's gonna finish up very soon. He gets on top of the cannon, one cannon goes down, Sunken spawns there as well, but there's so he can't get the last probe. Tries to take down the cannons in time. Now the Zealots are going onto the Sunkens, but there's 2 more Sunkens in the back that are firing on the Zealots. Cannon is going down. Gets the cannon in the end. More drones are on the way. More cannons now being thrown down. He's gonna throw down triple Sunken. Byul tries to keep his probe alive. The Zerglings can't attack the probe despite being right on top of it. This is a lot of drones. They're being pulled to the front to build Sunkens, but there's cannons on the way and Zealots keep those cannons alive. He doesn't have the money to build more Sunkens at the moment. Sunken there in the front gonna go down for sure. Yes, it goes down. One more Sunken there on the way. One Zergling doing a heroic job trying to kill the one cannon, but the cannon finishes up as well. Now the Zealots to tank for the cannons to kill the Sunkens. Cannons in the Sunkens in the front there are under attack. Sunkens protect the hatchery also go down. Looks like Byul's got this in the pocket. He's on 22 drones, 22 probes against 21 from Rabbit. Rabbit's still on very low minerals. Byul is faring a lot better in that regard. Also have double gas, they're already mining, already harvesting, and Rabbit calls GG because he kind of knows it's over. This one hatchery in the front no longer being protected more or less means that the game is over. Maybe he gave up a little bit too fast, but it just didn't work out as he wanted it to. Which means that we're gonna look at the score, which should be 1 win. Wait, that's the wrong person. 1 win there for Byul. I also messed up the top side score, so 0 wins for Rabbit, 1 win for Byul after the first game, Zerg against Protoss. Game number 2 is going to be Zerg against Zerg, a matchup we actually pretty much never ever see. It's very rare for a ZVZ to happen. People just don't like playing it. They really just don't like playing it on fast. On normal maps, you will see ZVZ a whole lot more often, and viewers on normal map tend to also not like ZVZ there. ZVZ overall is just not that well liked. I like it. I like it. It is a fun matchup. On normal maps, ZVZ kind of turns into a very low economy, very small army sizes, like Zerglings, maybe 10 or 12, and Mulisks, that's pretty much what happens most of the time, and the games are over pretty damn fast. They just go all in right from the start. On fastest map, you have a wider variety of options that people go for. They either go for all-in early strategies, but they don't tend to work all that often. So they go for Mulisk strategies or Hydra strategies, and they also don't tend to kill that ridiculously fast. Games do tend to go beyond 10 minutes most of the time. But maybe this is going to be different. Rabbit on the Zerg and Byul on the Zerg. I think both players picked their races, so both players should know that they're fighting against the Zerg. And it looks like Byul has a little bit more luck here, as Rabbit went the wrong direction with his Overlord and gets found, but doesn't find Byul. Maybe he saw the Overlord, but I doubt it. I doubt he saw the Overlord. Is now going to find another path into the base here, but now this Overlord from Rabbit here is going down to the south. It might spot out this Overlord from Byul. Honestly, not too sure. Yes, he does find it, and that should indicate that Byul is right below him. Wait, my touchpad is too sensitive. Even if I have my mouse, my hand is a little bit too close to my touchpad, it registers it as a click. It's kind of annoying sometimes. It's just too damn good at what it does. So Pool there on the way after double hatchery for Rabbit, and the same story here for Byul, although he already has a Gaster on the way, which Rabbit doesn't. He wants to get his technology just a little bit faster. I do think Byul is maybe the better micro Zerg player than Rabbit is, but Rabbit is definitely the smarter Zerg player with better build orders. But maybe that doesn't matter that much for ZVZ. I think ZVZ is very much about micro as well. At least on the normal maps, it's very much about micro and multitasking. And I know that Byul is a little bit better at multitasking and many times better at micro. He is a really good micro player. Will his micro set him apart? Will his micro win him this game? That's the big question that I'm pondering about. Or will Rabbit's ability to have a really great game sense and know exactly what to do get him the win instead? It's something that's playing in my mind. The two Zerglings there are getting free shots off on the top hatchery. They won't kill it, that's for sure. We'll get it to low HP. Also gets information, which you already had from the Overlord, that the lair is indeed on the way. We're most likely going to see Mulisks coming in from Byul. The hatchery there, yeah, it's taking some fire. It might actually go beyond half HP once it finishes. Zerglings from Byul there, keep the Zerglings from Rabbit away. Hatchery will be above half HP, that's good. It's also going to recover HP very, very slowly over time. So triple hatchery lair, 4th hatchery, 5th hatchery on the way there for Byul. Rabbit doesn't have gas yet. He's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hatcheries in total. That's very greedy play there from him. He saw those Zerglings from Byul leave the base. He's making a couple Zerglings of his own and getting a creep colony as well to build Sunken. This is what I mean with Rabbit. Rabbit has smart build orders, but sometimes he tries to be a little bit too smart by cutting corners and taking risks that he maybe doesn't need to take. He's got a lot of hatcheries, a lot of production potential, but it does leave him open to small little bits of harassment like this one. And a player like Byul will use his Zerglings to the utmost efficiency and effectiveness with his micro skill. And even though he came in with 4 Zerglings, he lost not a single one of them as 4 returned back home. And his lair also is already finished up and his spire is on the way, and so is Zergling speed. Whereas Rabbit is only just now starting to mine gas, which means that both his speed and range upgrades for his Hydralisks might come in a little bit too late. But he has a lot of drones, because he has so many more hatcheries than Byul has, who is 4 here finished up, 5 in total, 6th one on the way. Zerglings there from Rabbit going in for some scouting, finds the timing for the Greater Spire, or for the regular Spire. Drone counts are still about equal, kind of surprising on that one, although now we see Rabbit shooting ahead once again. He's got an Evo Chamber and a Hydralisk Den on the way. He isn't going for double Hydralisk Den as some players would like to do, but he gets speed and range at the same time. He's going to be satisfied with only speed, which is something he's going to need against the incoming Mutalisks from Byul, because those Mutalisks are going to be way too fast flying around, finding targets to kill and units to pick off. That speed is better than range, because with range, you won't be able to chase those mutas. Even with speed, you won't really be able to change them, but at least with speed, you can somewhat move around and cover your base. Also, the Spore there on the way there on the top side. Might get a second Spore as well to at least protect those hatcheries on the top side. And he's got 2 Spores on the bottom side as well. So 4 Spores to cover his base. And he's got 8 hatcheries at the moment. He's pretty big. 49 drones. A lot of minerals in the bank. Not more supply though, not more supply. He's simply not spending fast enough, but he's going to be spending a lot of his money very soon, very quick, as he's got a lot of larvae opened up and overlords on the way, whereas Byul has his first Mutalisks, it's hard to pronounce, his first Mutalisks out on the map, getting level 1 attack, getting carapace and melee attack for ground. So the Zergling's going to be hitting pretty hard. I think he's got Zergling speed as well. And he's getting a Queen's there on the side as well. He's getting more gas too. He is getting... He's speeding up pretty nicely. He's looking for a way. He finds an Overlord on the side to kill as well. So there's 2 Overlords down there for the Rabbit. I'm going to just turn down the game sounds a tiny little bit because it's pretty loud in my ears. It's pretty loud in my ears. It's a little bit lower. Hopefully you can still hear it as the viewer. I hope you can still hear the sound. If you can't, excuse me. That's all my fault. So 2nd Spire there finishing up for carapace upgrades. Mute is now on the way to hunt for something to kill. More 5 more hatcheries coming down there from Rabbit. He's really pushing it. He's really pushing his greed to the absolute maximum. And it might actually pay off, because he is so massive in terms of how big his base is. Because so many drones, he might actually be able to outproduce Byul very soon. Byul at the moment still outproducing Rabbit, still has more supply than Rabbit at the moment, has a lot less hatcheries. Got 5 on the top side, 4 on the bottom, 5 on the top side, 3 on the bottom side, so he's got 8 total hatcheries. Not a lot of hatcheries, considering Rabbit has even more now. He's got 9 there on the top side, 6 here on the bottom side. He's got a lot of hatcheries, a lot of production potential, and we can see his Hydralisk army is absolutely humongous. But the Zergling Mutalisk army from Byul is also quite fearsome. Byul still has more supply. He's still richer. Well, not richer, simply more supply. Whereas Rabbit has more drones, so that supply difference is actually pretty significant. Now he goes for the attack here on the lair or the hive. The hive is already morphing a hive. It's a pretty quick hive. Queen's Nest there hidden below the Overlords. We don't have a Queen's Nest yet. He goes for the attack there in the front. Gets a pretty good spread on this Hydra, but the surround from Byul there is gonna steal the deal. This is a lot of units there dying for Rabbit. Byul is completely dominating with his almost... Does he have level 1 upgrade for the air? With his level 1 upgrade for the air. The stacked mutants are simply too strong with ground support from the Zerglings. And Rabbit's army just completely evaporated. He's trying to rebuild a new army really quick there, but he doesn't have enough gas to do it. He doesn't have enough gas to simply spam out from every single hatchery. He's got too many hatcheries to actually produce from. He needs more gas. He needs a lot more gas. Now, Byul there, balling up his army, comes in with the Mutas and the Zerglings. So he's getting on top of the Hydras. Hydras are retreating back into a very fortified position there between the hatcheries where the Zerglings can't really fight all that efficiently. It's all going to be coming down to the Mutas above head, killing the Hydras behind the hatcheries. Rabbit has himself a very good position there. The Spores are really assisting him with taking down the Mutas. The Mutas are going down pretty quick, but the Zerglings are getting in between, trying to get on top of Sunken, but he can't get on top of Sunken because it's blocked by an ag, blocked by structures. Rabbit might just be winning this exchange here, as the supply counts are somewhat now evened up and even in favor of Rabbit. So Rabbit here getting the payoff. He's finally getting dividends off of his very greedy hatchery build order, where he basically just builds hatcheries all over the place, and Byul went for a more defendable order. But Byul now has a lot of hatcheries of his own. He's got 10 hatcheries now. He's got the Filer Den as well, the Filer Mound, and he's got a Greater Spiral on the way. He's getting consumed. He's getting Zergling upgrades as well. His Zerglings and Mutas are going to be very strong. I feel he's going to get something like a Dark Swarm as well to just completely destroy whatever Rabbit is doing with the use and help of a Dark Swarm. While the Mutas are probably gonna hunt down structures. I'm not sure how well Dark Swarm with Zerglings and Mutas synergizes, because it kind of feels counterintuitive, because you would throw down the Dark Swarms on top of the enemy units so that your Zerglings can attack the enemy units without taking damage. But then the Mutas, coming from above, they wouldn't really be able to hit the enemy units, so you would have to focus on other targets with the Mutalisks. Anyway, Byul is preparing for the attack. Rabbit is going for the attack first, though, because he's got an absolutely humongous Hydralisk army. Now we got a counterattack there. The defense coming from Byul. Byul getting overhead there. Mutas are doing such a great job. Zerglings on the long run are really participating. Oh, the couple eggs there in the eggs in the front are actually really impressive. With the eggs reduce the playing field the Zerglings have to fight into the Hydras, but he doesn't have enough gas to actually build a lurker egg wall. If he had more gas, he could have built a complete wall to completely wall off all the Zerglings, but he doesn't have enough gas for that one. He's still having gas problems because he's only mining from 6 gas in total. The lurkers do finish up there though, but the Mutas are just going to take them down without a care in the world. Rabbit still has a supply lead, but that's because he has more drones. His army is actually, at the moment, a lot weaker. Kills the Defiler there, though, which might save his life, because there's no other Defiler currently out on the map, except they're back in the base. Those Zerglings are going to stream in, but Rabbit is going to stay out of the Dark Swarm, which means the Zerglings are not going to be as effective as they could have been if underneath the Dark Swarm. The upgrades for Rabbit at the moment are already shooting up. He's on 1-1. Byul is on 2-2, I believe, 2-1. Air is on 1-1. Everything's soon going to be in 2-2, 2-2-2. Same for Rabbit, though. Rabbit is catching up. He's getting some lurkers as well. Lurkers will absolutely demolish the Zerglings. Gonna throw down the Dark Swarm, but the Dark Swarm also protects the lurkers, and Byul immediately turns around. But the Guardian's coming from the bottom side there. Guardian's coming. It's a Guardian surprise, but the Guardian is not going to be able to do that much because the Hydras are on the chase, and Hydras are pretty damn strong against Guardians. The lurkers once were burrowing up right next to the Zerglings. Zerglings have no detection, so they all do go down. Now the supply lead is growing bigger and bigger. It's already a 50 supply lead in favor of Rabbit. Rabbit has so many hatcheries, he's going to be on maxed out supply very soon. And Byul, oh, the Guardians though. He's got so many Guardians everywhere to be found and seen. Lurkers and Hydras not really posing much of a threat. Now he's going for the bottom side attack. Bottom side gas there from Rabbit under attack. Gonna go down very soon. Hydras are coming back to the base. He's also going for the attack at the same time. Gonna try to get a flank surround on the Guardians, but the Guardians already passed the hill. Not sure what Rabbit has to do here, as Byul is showing off a really beautiful Zerg here. Although I am not sure how strong those Guardians actually are against those Hydras. The Hydras seem to be winning the fight somewhat. The Guardians, in the end, kind of just get taken down. by the army of very easily replaced Hydralisks from Rabbit. Coming down, gonna take those down up on the high ground. Zerglings coming down from the low ground. Pulls the Zerglings into the Lurkers though. Byul immediately turns around, doesn't want to lose his Zerglings to the Lurkers. Very good awareness. Very good awareness. Tries to walk all the way around for a better angle on the attack, but I think Rabbit saw those Zerglings moving to the right side. Or did he miss it? He's gonna try to go for a flank. You're back at home, still producing units really, really quickly, mining from almost all the gas. I need a drink. I need a drink, but not gonna have the time to get a drink because Zerglings are coming in for the attack. Tries to get in from behind. Got the fighter there in the front. The fighter has nowhere left to run. Tries to get on top of the fighter, but the fighter is staying alive. Zerglings are surrounding the Hydralisks, but there might actually be too many Hydras to actually fight into. This game keeps sliding and sliding into Rabbit's favor. Also getting a lot of spores there on the bottom side. Now going in for the attack. Guardians are morphing. Byul is low on gas, low on minerals. Rabbit comes in from the front. Dark Swarm comes down. Lurkers behind the Dark Swarm. Zerglings no longer that effective or get taken mowed down within the blink of an eye. The fighters there are protecting themselves from the with Dark Swarm from the Hydras. Lurkers have to move forward, but they have to walk all the way around. It's going to take a while before they arrive. Another Dark Swarm from either player, not sure who is using them at the moment. Guardians trying to participate, but the Dark Swarms are protecting all the Hydras. The Lurkers are mowing down the Hydras there on the side, but the Lurkers are finally participating and do take them all down. One more the fighter there in the backside from Rabbit, ready to participate, ready to throw down Dark Swarms. Guardians really just useless at this point. There's a beautiful Plague there though. Great Plague. Actually great Plague, but the Zerglings just not really much of a challenge for the Lurkers. The Lurkers are just too damn strong. Like, they don't give a damn about these low HP Zerglings, they just get killed within a single shot from a Lurker. And the Guardian's not able to do anything at all. I don't know if he still has a Defiler there. The Dark Swarms are currently just assisting Rabbit with the push way too damn much. But now comes this around. Dark Swarms are going to end very soon. Lurkers are still doing too much work there though. Guardians on the sides getting taken down by the Hydras. Hydras are marching in further and further, deeper and deeper, without mercy whatsoever. Almost on maxed out upgrades for both the air and the ground. 2-2 there, level 3 attack there on the way. Same story for the air. Level 3 attack or level 2 attack on the way for Guardians. Guardians up on the high ground there, defending themselves pretty well. Guardians in the front there are killing everything that spawns as a ground unit. Byul's base has become very small. Supply lead also almost double for Rabbit there. Rabbit is just completely overtaking. Byul had a pretty good plan, but Rabbit's risky build order paid off. It really paid off. He was just too big, too rich, too much production for Byul to keep up with. Just too damn much production. Really not much you can do against such an overwhelming army. It was all numbers and risking, basically. He just risked it really hard, and he believed in the cards. He believed in fate. So now let me open up a can of a drink, because I need a drink. Well, we are gonna load up into game number 3, where we once again have a Zerg against Zerg between these two Korean behemoths. Zerg against Zerg returns. They're once again right next to each other, with Rabbit here on the top right of the map, and we've got Byul. Let me just see if I can throw up that. Oh, that's Rabbit. Rabbit against Byul. He's gonna find Byul there first. I'm trying to click with my mouse and pour a drink at the same time. Not that great of a combination. Honestly, not that great of a combination. I bought a new drink, not sure what it is. It is called Tenzin. This is a brand I had never seen before, with pineapple and passion fruit. And they say it's made purely from plants, with plant-based BCAA vitamins. I don't have a clue if anything of that is actually true, because they don't always have to be truthful with whatever they put on the packaging. But I'll give you my review after I take a couple sips and tell you whether it's tasty or whether it's terrible. While we enjoy yourselves watching the game here, unfold. A second Zerg versus Zerg, a match that we almost never ever see. Both players once again starting off with just hatcheries. I just wanted to do that. I just wanted to show up the RGB TV banner once again. Nothing special behind it. Okay, so Rabbit this time around first with the pool. Byul a little bit later with the pool. He went for an Overlord a little bit faster than Rabbit did. Actually, that drink is pretty nice. There's a slight tinge of a chemical taste in it, though. They say it's entirely plant-based, but it just it tastes nice. It's a nice mix, nice blend of pineapple and passion fruit. And I hope it doesn't have a long-lasting aftertaste, because a lot of these canned drinks have a pretty strong, long-lasting aftertaste. So I hope that doesn't last too long. That aside, though, both players just slowly scooting ahead, building hatcheries. Rabbit, well, actually, they've got about the same amount of hatcheries. Rabbit was a little bit faster getting his third hatchery, or fourth hatchery to be more precise. I don't know why, but I never really count the main. I always count in plus. So whenever I say 3 hatcheries, I actually mean plus 3 hatcheries instead of having 3 in total. He went for plus 3 hatcheries. Plus 3. But he has 5 now in total, 3 still on the way. Byul once again goes for... Okay, this is kind of funny. This is kind of hilarious. I really like this. Can you still click on it? You can still click on it. It's a little bit difficult. It's a little bit annoying. But you can still click on the minerals. I just really like the fact that he's doing this. I'm gonna actually go for the attack on a hatchery once again, but this time around, Byul has 2 Zerglings already finished up, ready to take care of it. I just really like that one. This is so cheeky. So cheeky. It's annoying. You can still mine, but it can completely throw you off your game when you have to click multiple times to send a drone to mine the minerals. It's super annoying. You can also do it with an engineering bay, but there's still a pretty nice little spot that clicks here somewhere around the sides. Like, I can't show it now because we're in a replay. In a normal game, it would look a little bit different. I wouldn't be able to show you in a replay how to click on the minerals if there's an engineering bay on top of it. So same thing happening again. Byul kills 3 drones, but loses all of his Zerglings as well. The Sunken this time around was exactly on time, but Rabbit is playing the exact same risky hatchery build order as last time. This time around, doesn't get punished as hard as the previous time, because he had that 1 Sunken there protecting his drones, although 3 drones still went down. Byul now, though, already on 27 drones. He's leading in the drone department. Also going a little bit harder on the hatcheries this time around. Last time around, he... Oh, look at this, look at this. Rabbit pulls out the cheesy moves, goes with the Sunken attack, trying to protect those Sunkens with the Zerglings. Got a lot of Zerglings on the way there from Byul, though, which should all spawn just on time to keep those Sunkens alive before they... To kill the Sunkens before they finish morphing. I think he'll be in time. One on the bottom side is going to go down. One of the two on the side there, oh, everything's going to go down. So a really cheeky little cheesy attempt there from Rabbit to try and disrupt whatever Byul was doing. He does disrupt it a little bit, but it also costs him quite a lot of money. And now we're going to see a counterattack from Byul, because Byul has an Overlord there right in Rabbit's base. You can see everything, and he knows that he doesn't have that many Sunkens, but he has a lot of them on the way. Which of course means that Rabbit now is forced to spend a lot more on defense than Byul ever did on his own. And Byul's just going to go all out. The situation here, though, is definitely in favor of Rabbit, because the Zerglings are going to have a difficult time getting on top of the Sunkens. But Byul still feels like he's got to waste his Zerglings to achieve pretty much nothing at all, except force Rabbit to build defenses. He's going to look for a small little thing there on the side to kill, which he might be able to do. That's a Hylas den there, completely unprotected. So I might have to relocate that one to a little bit of a safer location. Now everything is within sunken protection range, but Byul has Spire there on the way. Actually already finished up, so we've got Mutalisks on the way. And this time around, the Hydralisk Den from Rabbit is much later than previously. So we might actually see quite some damage coming down here on Rabbit once the Mutalisks all finish up. He's gonna try to kill the Hydralisk Den, and he's gonna do it. He's gonna kill it. He's gonna take it down. He's gonna take down the Hydralisk Den. Now Rabbit has to make another one again. So instead of just relying on Hydralisks for the defense, he's going to try to rely on Spores, but already got that Mutus coming in there from the base from Byul. Byul definitely has the advantage this time around, with one Spore already finished and more are on the way. So he's going to try to kill as many drones as he can with the couple of Mutalisks that he has. Oh, first gonna go for the Spore, but the Spore there finishes. He's a little bit too late. Looks like Rabbit is just in time, or is he? Yeah, Rabbit is just in time. So a lot of... Oh, he kills the Spore. One more Spore on the top side, but finally got the Hydralisk Den finished up as well there. Two of them in total. Now the Hydralisks are on the way as well, getting upgrades as well. And he's got one Evil Chamber there getting level 1 Spine attacks. Rabbit, though, is just going all out on building drones. He doesn't give a damn about these mutants. He doesn't give a damn at all. We've got 70 drones. I mean, a couple drones are still dying to the mutants. The mutants are still achieving something. But once the Hydra spawn and they get us around on the mutants are going to have to run away to safety. And then we're going to have all the benefits of a massive economy here for Rabbit. Although he doesn't have as many hatcheries as last time, he only has a stupid amount of drones compared to Byul. Byul really is playing this very aggressive compared to Rabbit, who's just playing this as risky as he could have, trying to gain as much of an advantage as he could have, and then hopefully not die or take serious amounts of damage that would slow him down or ruin his entire plan. His plan at the moment is still functional. But Byul here, double Spire, double Evil Chamber, got a Queen's Nest on the way. He's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hatcheries in total. Well, 9, sorry. Not 10, it's 9. My bad. Whereas Rabbit is on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 hatcheries. This man is living on the edge. This man is taking so much risk by building so many hatcheries in total. Now also getting more Evil Chambers on the top side because he lost his previous ones. Got double Hydralisk then finished up with upgrades also on the way. Getting Lurkers as well. And a Queen's Nest there on the side. Got quite a nice amount of Spores here to protect his hatchery, his drones, his everything. Just to be functional against the Mutalisks. A lot of Mutalisks there have finished from Byul, who is currently in a supply lead and also catching up with his drones. And he's learned a thing or two from Rabbit, as he's now also getting more hatcheries of his own. He's no longer playing it on a low hatchery count. He's going to just try to get as many of them as he can, adding a couple, 4 more right there. So this is 9, 13, and he's throwing down even more of them. So this is 13, 14, 15. I think we're going to see 16, 17, and 18 here on the other side as well. Also has a Hydralisk Den now for Lurker aspect. He only went all in on Zergling and Mutalisk last time around, but he really has learned a thing or two. Also more hatcheries from Rabbit. He's catching up in supply, but Byul this time also above the 70 drone mark. No longer below 60, no longer below 50. He's gonna go all out on macro as well. Well, this time around, I feel that the game is gonna be a lot more even. Though currently, I would say it is definitely in favor of Rabbit, because he's got 2,000 more minerals in the bank. And simply, again, a lot more hatcheries. And he's still adding on hatcheries, still adding on spores, and he's mining from almost all of his gas, except for 2 of them. But the same for Byul, mining from almost all the gas, except for 2 of them. Also, Byul spending his money a lot faster. A lot of Mutalisks are there on the map. As Rabbit only has Hydralisks, doesn't have a Queen for Ensnare, which is something we sometimes see against Mutalisk balls. They go for Ensnare on the Mutas to just snipe them down really quick. because it slows them down so much that they can no longer micro or fly around freely, which is the one main strength of Mulisks, is flying around freely and being able to pick the fight that they want. So Rabbit goes, but Rabbit here gets caught up in a very big ball of Mulisks. Although the Mulisks are going to get surrounded there by all the Hydras coming in. Not sure which way this is going to go. Currently at the moment, Rabbit's forces are going down really fast to the bouncing off the attacks from the Mutas. They bounce and hit more units, who's simply doing more damage with the same amount of attacks. Lurkers here in the front are going to have those Zerglings pop right into the Lurkers, but now we've got Mutas there just completely destroying whatever they can, and more Mutas are on the way back at home. Zerglings as well being queued up. Upgrades for both players are currently on 1-0 for Rabbit, soon to be 1-1. 1-1 already finished there for Byul because he managed to slow down all of Rabbit's upgrades, and now both their banks are about the same size. Byul has more gas because he was already close to maxing out. Rabbit's still spending gas on building more Hydralisks. I don't see a Defiler Mount yet, but Byul has a Defiler Mount there, back at home, there in the front, next to his Hive. Also getting a Great Aspire now as well. He's going to have a lot of Guardians very soon, but Rabbit here defending another wave of Zerglings that Byul had to throw away because he had too many of them. Ground upgrades are also on 1-1. He's got Lurkers with Dark Swarm. They're ready to... Oh, he's going to seal up the front. He's going to seal up the front. He's waiting for more Hydras to arrive. This game, I feel, is going to go towards Byul for sure. Byul has just adapted like an absolute master. The previous game, he learned his lesson, and now he is using what he's learned against Rabbit to definitively gain a massive advantage. You can just keep this enemy Zerg out with a couple Lurkers and a Dark Swarm without even having to try. This is just so easy to defend. Those Hydras are completely countered in every single way, and now we've got about 24-30 Guardians hanging in the air, ready to go for the attack, and there's no Dark Swarm of Rabbit his own. He's getting the Defiler Mount though, he's got it finished up, but I don't see any Defilers on his base anywhere yet. I don't know if he's got Consume either. I don't see any Devourers either to debuff the Guardians. Now we've got an attack coming in there from Byul. Getting protection as well to take care of the Lurkers. Guardians are going in hard. Hydras are trying to fight back with somewhat of a surround, but so many Guardians balled up. They just completely destroy everything so damn fast. But there's a surround from the Hydras coming in on the Guardians. Are they going to go down? Who's going to win this fight? I'm not sure. Guardians are getting overwhelmed. Guardians pull back towards the hills where it's more difficult for the Hydras to fight. Rabbit pulls back away from the hill, trying to pull the Guardians away from the hill back into vision. Back into a good fight. But now we've got Lurkers coming in as well. There's protection there. Those Lurkers are going to go down. There's a Dark Swarm. He's going to protect the Lurkers. Now the front side here is completely just under Byul's control. The Guardians are pulling Hydras into the Lurkers. His position with Dark Swarm and Lurkers is absolutely perfect. Just look at him completely destroying the entire Hydralisk army from Rabbit. Rabbit is trying to produce as fast as he can, but this is just a losing battle for Rabbit. Rabbit is trying to risk it all once again, but by risking it all, he gave Byul the opportunity to adapt, adjust, and go for just basically a perfectly executed build order. Perfectly executed. The Dark Swarms and the Lurkers definitively turned the tides. And the Guardians, not even all of them are fighting. A lot of them are still there, hanging in the backside. Now going for the attack there, moving forward. Rabbit just got outpaced for sure. Byul played this one beautifully. Don't want to say perfectly, he played it beautifully. The Rabbit, with the risky build orders and the Hydralisk dependence, couldn't quite find his way to victory. That's game number 3 there, going towards Byul. And that's where I'm going to call the video, because we're already 40 minutes or so into the cast, into the video. And I want to save the remainder of this set for the next time. Might even be 2 more videos. I don't know what kind of a set it is. Is it a best of 11? A best of 15? Well, that's kind of uncommon. Best of 9, best of 11, best of 13. I don't exactly know what it is. So we're just going in and we're going to see where we end up and how many games in total we're going to cast and what the score is going to be at the moment. Byul 2-1 over Rabbit. He's going into the next few games with a lead. Thank you for watching. It was RJB for RJB TV, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope to see you return next time around. Hope to see you return and enjoy these games together with me.